Hello students, Instructor Wedemier here, SS1000 Student Success Instructor here at UMA. And the content that we're going to be reviewing today is emotional intelligence. We're going to be discussing the importance of emotional intelligence and how we can use emotional intelligence to support us in our day-to-day lives along with supporting us in our future careers. Emotional intelligence is a topic that has been researched since the early 1990s and has shown to support us in our personal lives along with building success in our careers. When discussing emotional intelligence, that refers to a form of social intelligence that involves the ability to monitor one's own feelings and the emotions as well as others. So it's important that we understand our feelings, but our surroundings of others as well and their feelings. Many skills come into play that make us emotionally intelligent, so we have to remember that emotional intelligence is not fixed, but it is something that grows and develops over time. So as we continue to develop our emotional intelligence and practice it, it will definitely be a skill that will get better over time. Why is emotional intelligence important? Emotional intelligence has shown to decrease our occupational stress, so that will support us in our careers, as long with improving decision making. So when those tough decisions come along in your personal life, this is where emotional intelligence comes into play, where we're able to tackle those decisions along with in our careers using our critical thinking skills to support those decisions on the job. Emotional intelligence has shown to reduce staff turnover. This will support us in having long, healthy careers where we're able to communicate better with others because we're practicing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence also supports in our personal well-being, so there's less stress there because we are happier, we have a positive mindset. And then there is increased leadership skills that emotional intelligence gives us, so we're able to use that in our careers and have strong leadership skills. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial part in increased team performance. This will support us in our careers working with others on those team projects along with having strong communication skills. The four components of emotional intelligence involve self-awareness and self-management, which are personal competencies. So that's all about us and our feelings and being aware of those feelings. And then there is social awareness and relationship management, which are social competences. And that's about being aware of the feelings of others around us. Social awareness, when we're discussing that is involving empathy. So being aware of the feelings of others, along with organizational awareness. So keeping yourself organized and on top of things. So this way there's less stress, and service orientation as well. Emotional intelligence, when we're discussing self-management, involves emotional self-control. So being able to control our feelings and taking initiative, taking that drive, having that drive, and staying positive during tough times, or having an optimistic outlook, a positive outlook of life. Emotional intelligence also involves, as we said, relationship management, and that helps us to develop others in our relationships. Maybe it could be the people we work with, or our spouse, or our partner, or your classmates. And being an inspirational leader, being a positive leader. And we're able to manage our conflicts better when we are using emotional intelligence and relationship management. When conflicts do come along, we're able to work better with others. When we're discussing self-awareness, that involves emotional awareness. Again, being aware of your emotions and doing an accurate self-assessment, doing assessment of your feelings, understand what those feelings are, especially when those tough times come along. There are also assessments you can take online regarding self-awareness and building that self-confidence. So that's where emotional intelligence will come into play to build strong self-confidence. When we're discussing self-awareness, knowing your feelings in the moment is definitely important. Understanding emotions can help us reduce stress and make better decisions, especially when we're working under pressure. When we're able to recognize our own strengths and weaknesses, a part of self-awareness. Knowing our strengths and weaknesses will help us grow as an individual and support us in our careers. There are 6 important components of self-awareness. So that's that continuous learning. That means that we continue to educate ourselves, that we're able to accept feedback from our instructors or your peers or your colleagues or your coworkers. Feedback will help us grow. Then there's time management. Strong time management skills will help eliminate stress and build strong self-awareness. And along with self-esteem, having a strong self-esteem, we're able to perform better within our careers. Along with understanding our personal motivation, so we're able to have that self-motivation and that drive. What motivates us? What is that why behind what we do every day? And self-awareness help us manage our stress, along with setting smarter goals, more practical goals that are realistic and that have a practical timeline. So self-awareness is definitely supporting us in reaching our goals over time. When we're referring to self-management, it's important that we're able to manage strong feelings. So self-management is ability to follow through with commitments, take initiative at work. Sometimes if we lack self-management, we may project our stress on others. Again, self-management, like the others, has 6 components, and that involves communicating effectively with others, both in verbally and in writing. So again, that's through, on the phone or in person or writing that email. We're able to read body language and nonverbal cues. So when talking to somebody, we are able to recognize their body language if they're not comfortable with something. We also have the ability to change. We're open to change. Again, like we discussed, we're open to feedback. That's so we can grow. We're motivating ourselves on our own. We're using those self-motivation skills. We are becoming effective leaders because we're practicing self-management. And we're also making good ethical choices in our personal and professional lives to help us grow as individuals. When it comes to social awareness, that involves empathizing actively with others' people's emotions. So in other words, understanding how another is feeling even though we're not feeling the same. So that's where that empathy comes into play. And social awareness also has 6 important components that involve working within a diverse environment. So different environments with different people. Social awareness will help us work better with others. We're able to work in groups, so that's where that teamwork comes in. Understanding our attitudes, our personality, and effects in others. So we have to be more aware of our feelings and the way we communicate with each other so we can have a better working relationship with each other. And also communicating effectively. So this is the communication skills are strong within, whether it's communicating through email or text or even on person or on the phone. Social awareness will support us there. And our etiquette as well plays an important part. And also etiquette plays an important part in professional awareness when it comes to social awareness. And we're able to network. We're able to build a healthy network with others for more opportunities. And then we have relationship management, and that involves handling our emotions in relations with skill and harmony. We're able to communicate clearly, we can maintain good relationships with others, we work well with teams and manage conflicts. Relationship management relies on our ability to use the other 3 areas of emotional intelligence as well. Relationship management also has 6 important components, which is communicating effectively, verbally and non-verbally. So again, that is through texting or writing that email or even on the phone, having those conversations, or even in person. And we're able to deal with conflict that arises in life better because we're using emotional intelligence. And then Also understanding our attitudes, our personality, and the effects in others. Again, that we are able to use relationship management to understand ourselves and the way we communicate with others. And we're able to work within unions, so we can work well within groups because we have strong relationship management. And we're being ethical about our decisions. Ethics plays an important part when we are managing relationships with others. We're able to have strong decision making skills in groups, so that's definitely important in those team player projects when it comes to your career. And we are able to negotiate well because we have relationship management skills. Adopting lifelike learning for successful students looks like demonstrating emotional intelligence. Successful students who use emotional intelligence, they are able to effectively reduce stress and create happiness. Struggling students who are not aware of emotional intelligence or who are not taking the time to practice emotional intelligence on a day-to-day basis allow themselves to be hijacked by their emotions. So they allow themselves their emotions to take over, and that will cause a feeling of being overwhelmed. Students take no responsibility for managing their emotions, so when tough times arise, they're not able to manage those emotions, and they frequently experience those negative emotions because they're not practicing the 4 components of emotional intelligence. We have to know our own emotions. It's important that we build our vocabulary of feelings, so knowing what those feelings are and what they arise, so when tough times do come again, when they do happen, because they will happen again, and how we react in those situations, hopefully because we are using emotional intelligence, we can better handle those situations. We have to be mindful as our emotions as they are happening, especially in our careers. We want to keep that professionalism. Understand what is triggering your emotion. What is the cause of you having those emotions? Recognizing the difference between a feeling and resulting actions. Never make an important decision while experiencing strong emotions. That may cause us to react in a way that is not going to have a great outcome. When we're feeling overwhelmed, it's important that we use positive behaviors. Let's choose to separate an external stressor, something that is going to stress us out externally. Let's just take our time to step back and reflect and think about what is stressing us out. Let's list and prioritize everything you need to do. So this is where the time management is crucial. If we manage our time well, that will definitely eliminate our stress. Discover time savers. Let's work smarter and not harder. I'm sure you've heard that before. Eliminate time wasters. Things that are wasting your time. Cross them off your list. Take them off your agenda. Try not to practice those things because time wasters tend to stress you out. And you have to learn how to say no from time to time because that will also increase your stress level. Definitely keeping your finances organized will help you eliminate stress as well. And we have to remember to exercise on a daily basis along with eating healthy and getting enough sleep. All these things eliminate that feeling of being overwhelmed and increases our emotional intelligence. When stressful times come along, let's try to choose new thoughts. Let's elevate ourselves. Let's think of ourselves in a positive light, in a good light, that you're going to reach that goal. Let's trust a positive outcome. Let's think positive about the outcome of the situation, that it's all going to be well. Even though you're going through a stressful situation, we want to think positive. And just take a mental vacation. That might not be able to always go on a vacation, but that could mean a mental vacation, taking back some time to listen to your music or reading that book that kind of helps eliminates that stress for you. When we're feeling angry, it's important that we choose new behaviors that's separate us from the situation, because it doesn't help us that we stay in the situation. We're just going to continue to get angrier and those emotions are going to rise. Again, exercise will help us eliminate those stress factors. We need to use relaxation skills, again, whether that is yoga, exercising, reading that book, listening to that music you love that helps you just relax. And then journaling is a great way to get our feelings out on paper. Channel your anger into something positive. So that could be the things you love. Is it spending time with your kids? Is it house cleaning? Or is it giving back into the community and volunteering? Choose new thoughts. When these angry feelings come in, refrain from the situation. We want to think in a positive light. Distract yourself when those angry feelings come along. Try to reflect, step back. Forgive yourself. Things happen in life, so we need to take the time to forgive and forgive others, because that's just going to just make us angrier. We need to be able to identify where that hurt is coming from. This way we can find a way to heal. When we're feeling anxious, which this could happen when we're having deadlines coming up, we have to take care of our kids, do homework with the kids, we have our own homework, we have a test to take in school, anything like that. This is where those feelings of anxiety has come up, maybe because we didn't practice our time management well. It's just to prepare thoroughly. That's where time management comes in. Take the time again to use those roadmaps in your course, use your calendars, use phone reminders. Take the time to relax. Breathe deeply. Use breathing exercise. Those are definitely help relax that anxiety. And for school or anything like that, or whatever it is in life, request accommodations if that means it's at home, if you need support from family or friends, or within school if you need support from your instructors or your student advisor. Let's choose new thoughts when we feel anxiety. We need to learn how to detach from the situation and reframe. Let's look at success. Let's just think positive and visualize us being success, graduating, getting through our program, and landing a job in our future career. No matter how things get tough, let's try to assume the best at the end. We have to face our fears in order to get stronger and even to grow as individuals. Say your affirmations on a daily basis. When we're feeling sad, it's important that we choose new behaviors, such as we do anything towards getting our goals, even if it's something small. We learn how to exercise. We listen to uplifting music. We laugh. As many of you have heard, that laughter is a medicine. So we do our breathing exercises. We help others in need. We take our time to journal. We socialize with our friends and family. When we choose our new thoughts, it's important that we dispute pessimistic beliefs. So we want to get those negative thoughts out. We want to distract ourselves. Let's focus on the positive. Let's look for opportunities in our problems. Remind yourself, this too shall pass. Identify others who have much more to be sad or depressed about. So we want to also take the time to reflect well and look at the positive that is happening in our lives and be grateful for that. When we want to develop self-acceptance, it's important that we ask ourselves, why is high self-esteem so important to success? What can you do to raise your self-esteem? Well, when it comes to self-esteem and our core beliefs could either be true or false, or real or imagined, but they form our inner compass that guides our choices. So those beliefs helps build our self-esteem, and it also helps form our choices. We have to know and accept ourselves. Successful people accept the things they cannot change. They have the courage to change the things that they can change. And they possess the wisdom to know the difference. So we have to accept the things we cannot change, and we have to be able to identify in situations when we cannot change what's going on right now. When we're using emotional intelligence at work, it's important that we're able to use these skills. Oops, sorry about that. That we're able to use these skills to manage your reactions and your responses to difficult classmates, professors, co-workers, customers, and supervisors. So everybody that we're working on, we want to be able to practice emotional intelligence. Work more effectively in the project teams. We're able to collaborate more successfully, so we're able to work better on those team projects and with others. We demonstrate stronger leadership skills and improve your chances of promotions and positive evaluations. When we're using emotional intelligence at work, we develop a more extensive social network that offers you support and opportunities. Here are some apps you can download, some applications that will help build self-awareness that you can use on a daily basis. There is an app called Awareness. You can use a gratitude journal. You are able to track your happiness. There's another one called Mindshift and Happify, and then Breathe to Relax, so helping with those breathing exercises to reduce that feeling of being anxious. What are the key takeaways from this session? Again, when we're discussing emotional intelligence, that's able to monitor our own feelings along with the feelings of others. And emotional intelligence has 4 components: emotional awareness, self-awareness, that is knowing your feelings in the moment, and then self-management, which is managing strong feelings that may arise, which again, self-awareness and self-management are those personal competences that's about us and our feelings. And then we have social awareness, which empathize accurately with other people's emotion. And then there is relationship management, that's handling emotions and relations with skill and harmony, which is also social awareness and relationship manager are the social components that has to do a lot with the feelings of others. So I'm going to leave you with this quote: "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings, by changing the inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives." William James. When we have a new mindset, we will have new results. I appreciate you taking the time to review this content on emotional intelligence. I hope that you find it supportive in your day-to-day lives, along with supporting you in your educational experience and your future careers. As always, for additional assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to your instructors.